This is the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Tuesday, March 11th. I'm James Spann. Needless to say, strap in. We've got some very active weather here over the next 5 to 6 days. The main focus will be Friday night, Saturday night, very early Sunday morning. There could be a significant severe weather threat at that time. A much lower end chance of strong thunderstorms on Thursday. But let's go right to the upper air look today. And again, we're in between waves. This day is just absolutely gorgeous. We have the wave that's off in the Atlantic moving offshore. We have the new wave coming into Los Angeles and San Diego. That'll be zipping across the southern states. That brings that chance of showers and thunderstorms in here on Thursday. But look at this visible satellite view. I mean, we are cloud free all across the southeast United States. That's about as clear as it gets. You could fly from Miami to Kansas City and not find a single cloud. Just gorgeous. And obviously the radar is quiet today. And we are in the low 70s in most spots. Some spots up in the middle 70s. Look at Tuscaloosa coming in at 75. Huntsville, 72. Mobile, 74. And we'll see numbers like that tomorrow. And some folks were probably going to flirt with 80 by Friday. So here's the watch warning map today. Things pretty quiet out in the western states. We have winter storm warnings for the mountains of California, with that new system coming in from the Pacific. Maybe some thunder in the southwest United States through tonight. Phoenix, Los Angeles, San Diego, Palm Springs, but again, nothing severe. Now, tomorrow, as the wave is progressive, we have a chance of severe storms west of Alabama. We've got a slight risk around the Arklatex region. The marginal risk extends into the Mississippi Delta. And again, on day 3, which is Thursday, there is a very low-end marginal risk of severe storms for a pretty good chunk of Alabama. And we'll look at modeling here, the new modeling in just a second, but understand this is not the big show. There could be a strong storm on Thursday, but the major concern comes later. So this is Friday and Friday night. We have an enhanced risk up and down the Mississippi from near Greenville up through Memphis, Little Rock, St. Louis. The broader risk running from central Louisiana into parts of Iowa, southern Wisconsin, southeastern Minnesota. And again, we note that risk, and understand this runs through 7 a.m. Saturday. We have a risk of severe storms for Friday night into Alabama. And this is valid through 7 o'clock Saturday morning, as far east as Gadsden, Clanton, and Sweetwater, areas in yellow on that map. And then after 7 a.m. Saturday, we have an enhanced risk for basically all of Alabama, as all the parameters seem to be in place for a pretty meaningful severe weather event. And then on Sunday, the risk of severe storms is off to the east, from near Tallahassee up to Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Philadelphia. We'll see a lot of rain with this weekend event. Rain amounts up in the Tennessee Valley could exceed 3 inches in spots. Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, rain amounts in the 2 to 3 inch range. South Alabama, 1 to 2 inches. So let's quickly check on our prescribed burn up in the Talladega National Forest. This prompted a code red air quality alert for Birmingham. The smoke has basically moved out. That was early this morning and last night. You can see the smoke is now over Marshall, Jackson, parts of Madison, Morgan counties. And then down into parts of East Alabama, and a secondary fire showing up over southern Clay County. But again, for Birmingham, the air quality much, much better this afternoon. The smoke more of a problem now for places like Decatur, Huntsville, and Scottsboro. But the model fans, here we go. GFS 12Z run, valid tomorrow at 4 local time. You can see the shortwave coming into Texas, but we're still dry and mild. Lots of sunshine, highs up in the 70s. So Thursday, that shortwave brings showers in here and maybe a rumble of thunder. We'll check the severe weather parameters. And again, you can see the air is modestly unstable on Thursday. The surface-based Cape's getting up there toward 1,000 joules per kilogram in spots, but there's just very little in the way of wind dynamics here. This is the SRH, the storm relative helicity, and again, that's very less than impressive. So during the day Thursday, there could be a strong storm. The main concern, small hail, strong gusty winds. Not expecting any tornado problems on Thursday. So let's go to Thursday night. We have a lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse. The totality comes after midnight, Thursday night into the pre-dawn hours Friday. This is the cloud cover at 1 a.m. Friday, 1 hour past midnight Thursday night. And again, this is coming off the European, and it's going to be pretty iffy. But again, you can see there's a chance that maybe over the northern third of the state it will be mostly clear. You can see the sky cover at 4, 5, 6% for Cullman, Huntsville, the Shoals. But you get down toward Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Montgomery, the sky looks to be mostly cloudy. So it's going to be very iffy. But this is suggesting that just maybe the better chance of seeing the eclipse will be over the northern third of the state, north of Birmingham, late Thursday night. So this is Friday. And that very, very deep surface low is forming over Kansas, 976 millibars. And again, the wind fields will be just screaming around that. And obviously, north and west of that, we could see blizzard conditions. South and east of that, we could see severe storms. And Friday, I think for the most part, should be a dry day. Could there be a little shower or two? Yes. And a warm day, highs up around 80 in most spots. And then the convection will likely begin to move into northwest Alabama Friday night. So let's go to Saturday. This is the European. It's got that really intense surface low over the UP of Michigan, Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Filling a little bit, 980 millibars, but still very deep. And then a secondary low forming over Arkansas, near Harrison, Arkansas, 991 millibars. And that's in a pretty favorable position for severe storms here. We'll check the American GFS. It's basically the same concept. It's got that surface low closer in. The main surface low, again, right over the UP of Michigan. Will the air be sufficiently unstable? Yes. And again, that's not overwhelming values. That's the Cape Saturday afternoon, but certainly sufficient for severe storms. And goodness, well, that's not a good look. I mean, that's the EHI. This is the Energy Helicity Index, a composite index. And it's maxed out right on top of Alabama. This is Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And this is not good. This is an analog, and we're starting to look at the analogs here. This is the percentage of the top 15 analogs exceeding one long-track tornado. And you can see that basically we're in the 50% bracket over much of central and north Alabama, which means we might have to look at the possibility of a long-track upper end violent tornado involved in this. In fact, some of the analogs we're seeing, we don't like the dates. Some of the analogs that are popping up include April 8th, 1998. And with that event, we had a horrible F5 that killed 34 people in the western suburbs of Birmingham. And we had, that was a rough night. And then another analog that's popped up is December 16th, 2000. We had 11 people killed in Tuscaloosa with that event, with an F4, another violent tornado at Coates Bend in northeast Alabama. And understand, we're not saying it will be exactly like those days, but the atmospheric conditions have produced events like that in the past, which certainly gives credence to the idea that this might be a higher-end severe weather threat for Alabama. Now, in terms of the gradient wind, it'll be breezy, but we don't expect the same kind of gradient winds we saw a week ago today. Keep in mind, a week ago today, the gradient winds were responsible for about 100,000 power outages in the state. And again, no doubt it's going to be breezy and windy, but the main concern will not be from gradient winds, but from severe storms. And again, we just hate to open up this big, broad window, but we have to do that because people want to know the timing. And again, beginning tomorrow evening, we'll start to get within 60 hours of the initiation of this. And once we get within 60 hours, we can see the good high-resolution convection-allowing models. And we're almost there, but not quite. So really, we'll start the window at about 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock Friday night for northwest Alabama. That's when severe storms could begin. And the window is going to go all the way until 6 o'clock Sunday morning. And that's a 33-hour window. And it will, of course, not be storming the entire time. In fact, the sun might pop out for a while on Saturday, but there should be multiple rounds of storms within that 33-hour window. And all modes of severe weather possible: large hail, damaging wind. There could be a few tornadoes. And again, based on the analogs we're seeing, there could be a strong tornado involved. Again, that would be EF2 or higher. And that's the reason for these enhanced outlooks at this phase of the game, at this early phase of the game. So, again, we just want everybody, there's a fine line here between scaring people and informing people. And we try not to cross that line to be scary, but at the same time be informing and be appropriately urgent in a situation like this. But clearly, Friday night into Saturday night, early Sunday morning. We'll have multiple rounds of severe storms, and now it's just a time to prepare while the weather's beautiful. Be sure your weather radio is properly programmed. Put a fresh battery in it. Review your plan. Check your safe place. Do you have helmets for everybody? If you live in a mobile home, a manufactured home, will you have transportation available during this event? If not, you need to arrange that and, of course, know the nearest shelter or business that's open 24/7 that can serve as a shelter. And helmets for everybody in your safe place, obviously, and just review the plan, and we'll get through this together fine. Understand, even on a big severe weather day, the odds of any one spot being hit by a tornado are relatively low. But clearly this could be a significant severe weather day. And then on Sunday, everything is gone. The sky begins to clear. We'll be in the upper 60s and low 70s. Monday, a sunny day with highs in the 60s. And a week from today, this is Tuesday, the 18th of March, a new trough in the western states. And we're still dry. And that will probably bring a band of showers and thunderstorms in here toward the middle of next week, late Wednesday night, maybe Thursday morning. And then we'll go out 10 days. This is Friday of next week, the 21st. We have a zonal flow, and we have a dry, pleasant air mass in place. Rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. The mean a little under 4 inches between now and the 26th of March. Temperatures off the NBM, National Blend of Models. The peak warmth will be Friday at 79, and again, many spots will likely see 80, especially for the southern half of the state. We cool down to 64 Monday, but we bounce back into the mid-70s by Wednesday of next week. And the latest long-range guidance just in, this is for March 19th through March 25th. Temperatures a little above average if this works out. And hey, you know what we got to do here? We got to roll some Children's of Alabama Kid Cam videos. Stop number 1. Asheville Elementary School, home of those Bulldogs. Oh, I love third graders. They're great. Third graders can soak up the science. They've got that good cognitive skill. Had a great session today. And let me tell you what, we literally had a bakery going on here. We got cakes and cupcakes and all kind of goodies. Wow, that's absolutely outstanding. But obviously, we talked about the severe weather threat on Saturday. You don't need to be afraid, just prepared. And we talked about forecasting, how we do our jobs. Talked about storm spotting, did a good storm spotting session with them. And then stop number 2, Elvin Hill Elementary School in Columbiana. Hey, first graders. I say they're ready for second grade. They're looking good. Had a great time today. And let me tell you what, these are cupcakes. Whoa, how about that? Goodness gracious, that's just too good. But we talked about hurricanes, winter storms. Everybody likes a snow day. Talked about forecasting, weather instruments, and much more. That's a great school with great teachers. So again, to everybody at Elvin Hill Elementary, those first graders in Asheville Elementary, the third graders there, thanks a lot for great visits earlier today. Tomorrow, I am going to be in Vestavia. We have Vestavia Hills West. Then Vestavia Day School, which is at Vestavia Hills United Methodist Church, then Liberty Park Middle School after that. Thursday going to be at Pleasant Grove Elementary in Cleburne County. That's not the one in Jefferson County, the one in Cleburne County. And we had Coldwater Elementary scheduled for Friday. We're going to move that to Monday of next week, as Friday's going to be a severe weather prep day for us. And obviously we have no book signing on Saturday because of the threat of severe storms. And of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, right across the hall in Studio A, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.